What's up, everybody? This is Kenny Cummins here. You are chilling with Kenny C right here on TMVcafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. Super excited to be joined with my guest of the evening, talented artist out of Prestonburg, Kentucky. That's
Yes,
Eastern
sir.
Kentucky, by the way. Uh, Hip hop. He does new wave. He does R&B. He does a variety of tunes, and he's actually about to go on tour in the next month or so. So
Yes,
join
sir.
me at this time. He goes by the name of Enigma Paranoid. He's with me right now. What's good?
What's good, man? What's good? Appreciate you having me on.
Appreciate you, man. Great to have you on. I know we've been working on trying to get this interview to happen, and
Oh yeah,
here it is. So it's happening, and timing is pretty good considering, as I pointed out in the introduction, got the tour coming, and
yeah, yeah.
we'll get to that in just a bit. But first things first, man. Since I'm getting to know you for the first time, man, talk to me about your journey as far as you getting started in as an artist.
Yeah, yeah, I got you, man. Well, I kind of always I've been in and out of music, since I'd say about 13. I really had an interest in doing all this full time. Uh I my brother kind of got me started out. We was listening to Slim Shady LP back in the day, MMLP 1 and 2. Uh it just kind of evolved from there. And then I got my first guitar when I was 15, and then been playing it ever since. Been in and out of like deathcore, metalcore bands, a little bit of like R&B, like you said, uh, and it's just evolved from there. I really started getting serious about it whenever I was 18. Started doing live shows, and it's just been a blast, man. I love the stage. I can't get enough of it.
But that's awesome to hear, man. Obviously, Marshall Mathers, you know, his resume speaks for itself. Come a
Oh yeah,
long way since, not just the Slim Shady LP, but Infinite. I'll take it
for real.
way, way back. Like this was underground, whatnot, getting CDs from his trunk out of
Yeah, yeah.
Detroit. And he's one of the biggest names, not just in hip hop, but in music, and he's a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer now.
Oh,
Uh,
100%.
so his resume speaks for himself. So
Yeah.
Marshall Mathers doing his thing. So you definitely, I definitely will describe you as a very versatile music, considering the multiple genres that you dive into musically, man. So talk about
Bro.
the process being a multi-genre artist. Like
Okay.
how
Yeah, I
do you
got you.
how do you know is exactly which, whether it's a R&B song or a hip hop song or a new wave song, like how do you know when you listening to a beat, when you
Yeah.
realize as far as what direction you want to go with a particular song?
I got you. I guess when it comes to that stuff, it just kind of it's the sound of it. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
it kind of sounds like it can be like grimy or something, I could either take it in the direction of maybe turning it into some heavy stuff, or I could even I've got a song that I'm about to release here soon called "Hate Me," and it's kind of a mix of like that grimy, like underground type, trap rap stuff. Uh, the feel the feel for the song, I guess, is what kind of drives me in the direction of what I want to take it in. And a lot of the time, I try to start my songs off. I'm very like cadence and flow oriented. So I'll just start my stuff off sometimes by just kind of going with like a little beat in my head. And then I'll just kind of fill in the gaps. And whatever the lyrics, whatever lyrical content comes out of that, I guess is kind of what drives the direction that that song takes.
That's cool, man. So I've gotten to hear some of your music, the EP you put out last year, and then you also released a few more songs after that.
Yeah, yeah.
Your recent release is Late Night Conversations. I played that before you got here. That came out this past December. It's got Jesse
Yeah.
Osborne on it, and
Yeah, yeah.
I walk with it, man. I definitely
I appreciate that, bro. For
so
real. That song was a fun one, man. Jazzy, Jesse Osborne, I call him Jazzy. he's actually my barber. We kind of he owns and runs a studio right above his barber shop. So like we just kind of linked up and we just clicked from there. And I went up there and I'm basically lead visual coordinator over there. I handle all videography, all graphic design, anything pertaining to flyers or pretty much anything visual. And we've just kind of partnered up, and that song just came about. Dude, we were just up in the studio one night chilling. I think maybe it was probably 1 or 2 in the morning because the idea came from him. He's just them late night conversations. I was like, okay, I got you. And he just busted it out, and dude, that song, that video, the whole thing, we filmed it all ourselves, just with my phone and just with the GoPro attached to the front of the car. Like, that was just a fun experience. Shout out to Jazzy. Like he's just a super cool dude.
That's definitely very unique having your barber, and he also happens to be a recording artist. So to use
Yeah,
a barber terms, he gives you the cut on the hair, and now he gives you a cut on the beat.
100%.
So that's a dope track, man. Late night conversations,
Much appreciated.
where Paranoid and Jazzy, as he refers to him, Jesse Osborne. That song is available on all the platforms, so
Yes,
give
sir.
that a listen. Um, Walk with it. And so you are from Prestonburg, Kentucky, which is
Yep.
eastern Kentucky. Now I
Yeah.
live in central Kentucky. I live in Lexington. Uh,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so Prestonburg. I've heard the city. I heard there's music shows going
Mhm.
here and there. Obviously, that's a smaller city. There's talent there, but usually in a small city, people don't look at it or look into it per se. How would you describe, just Prestonburg, um, as far as you living there?
So, Prestonsburg it's a very small niche town. And I think over time, especially over the past few years, we've gotten a lot more diverse with like the kind of music that we bring in. I will say at one point in time, it was very bluegrass, country, gospel oriented. Not really a lot of live music that was going on that wasn't just like bar cover bands and stuff. But I'd say back in about 2015, 2016, we threw in our generation the first rap show that we had around here at Jenny Wiley Convention Center. And it went all right. And we kind of got a host. We kind of got everybody out of the woodworks, figure out who was like really kind of interested in rap. A lot of people don't really want to come out and do it around here because they know that it's not going to get taken well at first. The lack of venues that will allow you to play the type of music that we do without thinking that it's just going to be vulgar and it's going to cause fights and stuff. Like, it's just stigma. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. But Prestonsburg overall I think it's a really nice town, man. I mean, like, this place could be huge for tourism and everything with the amount of things that we really do have going on around here. It's closed-minded stuff that I feel like slowly is getting opened up. Like, we're finally starting to get allowed to throw more rap shows around here and more heavy shows. I don't know if you're familiar with Lamb of God, but Lamb of God is coming to Pikeville like sometime this year. So that is a huge step up. Like, I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into that for sure.
Yeah,
And you pointed out, obviously with these venues, like they all about the money. They all about trying to get people in, and usually cover variety bands definitely gonna be forefront of that. Original music usually gets looked at secondary, but slowly but surely people will want to listen to it.
for
Um,
sure.
but on the hip hop side of things, yeah, it's an uphill battle, especially with the lyrics and things like that.
Yeah,
But I feel like if these venues and these owners are about supporting local music. They're about spreading the word. on local music, especially artists in the exact same city that they live in. They
Yeah.
definitely should give artists like yourself that platform. Give them at least a chance.
Right.
I'm
Like
not
that's
saying do. Yeah, I'm not saying just do it every week. Just at least
yeah.
give them a show every now and then. I think
Yeah.
that's what I want.
Because I mean, that's really all we ask for at the end of the day. Like, all I want to be able to do is come to you professionally and be like, listen, here's how many shows I've got under my belt. At all these shows, nothing bad's ever happened. I know I use some language. And the funny thing is like I've been a part of a few like all ages shows where right at the beginning, like I know I shouldn't have to because I don't like censoring myself, but I'm like, listen, I use a lot of vulgarity. My lyrics are very explicit. If you've got children here, I am not responsible for what they're about to hear. So it's like it's one of those things, man, where you just got to take it with a grain of salt, no matter where you go. I played all ages shows. I played 21 and up. I played honky tonks. I played bars. Like they're all fun.
I do like the point you put out the disclaimer there. Feel like, especially with hip hop artists, you performing in front of all ages. You gotta just let them know, hey, I'm gonna do me tonight, and the music that you about to hear might not be good for your ears. So if
Yep.
it's something that you wouldn't want your kids to hear, you probably should just get them out of the building,
Put the
or,
headphones on extra tight.
or put the headphones on, or just either you put the headphones on or just leave the premises because uh, I'm gonna make the most of these 15-20 minute sets.
Yeah.
So yeah, put the
Got to. Because my big thing is, I don't care if I'm opening, middle show, if I'm headlining. I'll whatever I perform, I want people to walk away from that knowing that I gave my all for that. And if there's, I hate to say it like that, but if there's some little kids in the crowd, I I've got a son, so like I don't really want to like expose them to that if I don't have to. That's their choice, parents' choice. If they want to do that, that's all fine. But I know I'm going to hold myself back a little bit and not go as hard as I could if my demographic isn't right.
yeah. That's what it boils down to. I'm joined with Enigma Paranoid out of Prestonburg, Kentucky, right here on the show, with the Zoom and everything. So, let's talk about this tour
Okay.
that you have going on. You are going on tour with either Oracle, Durley, next month. Going to be at Cincinnati, Ohio on the 23rd. Going to be at Evansville on the 24th. And you will be at Huntington, West Virginia on the 25th.
Yes,
So
sir.
talk a little, and this is the Kiss a Homie tour.
Kiss a homie tour.
Kiss a Homie tour. So how are you feeling about this opportunity, man, linking up with these artists for this tour?
Dude, this is awesome. Like, I've been talking for this like for about 3 years now, trying to do a tri-state tour. I've been wanting to do this forever. And my guys and I, the Oracle and Dooley, they've had my back. We perform shows all the time up in Ironton at Black Forest Underground, ran by Cody Wild's Revision Revise. If you don't, they're pretty big metalcore band up there. But they hit me up probably, I'd say not even 4 or 5 days ago, kind of last minute thing. Originally, I was only supposed to be on the Huntington show. I was going to open for them, and unfortunately, they had some things happen, and one of the acts had to drop. So he put in a good word for me. The act that had to drop, he put in a good word for me, and he was like, you know, he's been at every one of our shows. He always shows out. Let's get him on it. So like they hit me up, they called me, and they was like, "You want to go on tour with us? You want to spend 3 days with the homies?" I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I'm all about it, man. I'm really, really stoked to go on tour. I set a goal for myself this year to have 12 shows. I wanted to do at least a show a month by the end of the year. And so far, after I add this tour onto it, that puts me at 13, and I'm not even middle through the year. So I'm feeling good about it.
In other words, you over exceeded your goal, and we're not even midpoint of this year.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's awesome. You coming from a small city like that, that's a big deal. You know, linking up
Much
with people,
appreciated.
linking up with people that has faith in you, that
Hmm.
sees potential in you, that wants to see you thrive, and you're making the most of your opportunities. So go check the Kiss a Homie tour. Yes, that is the name of the tour, courtesy of Odd Oracle, Dooley, and Enigma Paranoid. They're going to be at Legends in my old
Yes,
stomping
sir.
grounds, Cincinnati, Ohio. They're going to be at the Lamacrosse Bar and Grill at Evansville, Indiana on June 24th. And then taking a trip to the Dog House, Huntington, West Virginia.
Put you in the
Um,
doghouse.
so get your tickets are on sale for all three events at their respective websites, Legends, Lemon and Doghouse. Go to their social media for more details. And while you're at it, uh, these individuals being um, local independent artists,
Hmm.
go give them a listen. Go listen to the tunes.
Oh, definitely, definitely check out Ollie Oracle and Dooley. Those are some of my heavy bros. Just so y'all know, this is a cross genre tour. So like, I do this a lot. I'm totally like about the cross genre life. I open up for a lot of deathcore, metalcore bands. That's the lane I live in. I love it. Y'all really should check out a cross genre show if you ain't never seen nobody like mosh to some rap before. It's
Yeah.
lit.
So in addition to that, I'm just scrolling through your Facebook here. Before you get to that tour, we got the end of May coming up, holiday weekend, and I see you're gonna be at Ohio for the Ohio Music Fest
Yes,
on
sir.
Saturday. So talk about that particular show, just being a part of the Ohio Music Fest.
Oh, dude, Ohio is one of the places I get the most shows booked from. I love everybody down there. They're all really cool. Kevin Tyler originally was the guy that I hit up to be on the show. Um, he's really good about giving artists opportunities, man. Like he wanted to know what I could do. I was real with him. I told him what I could do. I showed him a little bit, a little bit of the videos from some other shows and stuff. And shout out Kevin, he's dope. I'm really stoked to be on Ohio Fest, man. And right after like all of these shows, it's a blessing, dude, to keep getting booked from all these people that hardly even know me.
Well said, man. And that's taking place at Kent, Ohio. Go get your tickets for that. And it's a 3 day weekend, 3 day festival. Paranoid will be there specifically on Saturday, on
Day
the
two.
27th. So doors open at $20 in advance. I guess it'd be 25 added, $5 added on the day of.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to avoid those extra bucks, you gotta pay. Go buy your tickets for that now. Uh,
Don't be slow.
you know, so don't get in your feelings over a couple bucks. It's best to get this opportunity out there now while you still can. You know, but man, I want to chat with you. You talked about new music you have on the way. You said you
Mm-hmm.
have a new single on the way. So talk a little bit more about that particular single that people should keep an eye on.
This new track I got coming out is called Drip. It's going to be available on all social media platforms. I will have a video to it, relatively soon. It may drop a month or so after the song actually drops. It's a feel good like summer song, man. I really think people are gonna vibe with this one. It's a little bit of a, I guess it's one of my tracks where I like to show my cadence, where I like to show my flows off a little bit. Like I told you earlier, I'm very cadence flow oriented, and I just really like to kind of hit it sometimes and see which ways I can tear it up.
Oh, he's ready, man. It feels like for artists in general, whether it's mainstream, whether it's independent, everybody got that summer song ready in the vault somewhere. They're just waiting for the right moment. And summer is just a little over a month away.
Yes,
So
sir.
everybody got that summer song somewhere. So Drip by Paranoid, Enigma Paranoid is on the way. Stay tuned. Check him out on all the social medias under Enigma Paranoid. We'll keep you posted for upcoming shows. He's going to be at Ohio, actually, not only this weekend, but next month. So he'll be at Kent, Ohio this weekend. He'll be at Cincinnati with Oracle and Dooley next month. So Ohio folks, he points out that Ohio is where he gets his most shows booked at. So pull up, man. Pull up
Real.
to the homie, and he's coming back, man. So, and I'm a former Ohio resident, so I know how Ohio folks get down.
Yeah, yeah.
Loud, turned up, things
They
like
turn
that.
up. That's a
So
fact. They turn up.
yeah, so shout out to OHIO for being them, man. So I'm joined with Enigma Paranoid on the show, chatting it up. So man, you got all that you are over exceeding the shows that you wanted to do. You got new music on the way. So some artists, independent artists, they like to do songs here and there, and then go
Mhm.
on to release an album, go an album, say. So what is your approach this year with Drip on the way and maybe some more music after that? What's your approach? Are we going to eventually get a full length project, or are you just focusing on just solo songs at the moment?
Yeah. So I'd like to say I'm the type of person that puts too many pokers in the fire at one time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So underground, I've got several projects I'm working on full length. I do work on a lot of singles. Eventually a few of those singles, I've got a single called Down Low. It's probably, one of my bigger hits. That one is going to eventually be put onto a full length EP probably. I've got an album in the works right now. It's not a for sure deal, but it's an ideal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've got, as I mentioned, I do a lot of cross genre stuff. I've got 8 heavy hitter bands in mind that are very like metalcore, deathcore, that I'm hopefully going to be featuring with on a full length album where it's Enigma Paranoid featuring, you know, Blank Space. And we're just going to try to mix it up and really see what we can do with maybe some like slam music, maybe some deathcore with some like rap vocals over top of it. Kind of give a little shout out, like Attila kind of starting it with the screamo rap and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it's just a nod to it all.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So he busy, man. Definitely got some music in the works. So stay tuned for it. Till then, be on the lookout for Drip coming soon. It's gonna be at Ohio this weekend at Kent, Ohio Music Fest. And then he'll be on tour on late June. It's gonna be in Ohio, West Virginia, Indiana. So check him out, man. It's great having you on the show. I want to thank you for your time and great to have this conversation.
For
I'm
real.
definitely rock with you and look
Much
forward
appreciated.
to hearing more of the music that you have on the way. But thank you for your time, man. Continued success in everything that you do. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thank you, man. I want to thank you. Much appreciated for letting me come on here and speak my piece about everything. Uh, like you said, we've been trying to do this for a while. So I'm glad we finally got to meet each other, and hopefully we'll be able to meet each other in person here soon, get you out to one of my shows or something, show you how the energy is out there.
I look forward to it, man. Shout out to Prestonburg, Kentucky. You got a real one, Enigma Paranoid. If you ain't supporting this dude now, get on board, man. He's the real deal. You have a good night, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too, bro. Take it easy out there.
He's out, man.
All right. See you, bro.